Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy Super Tuesday. Although it's not Super Tuesday here in Georgia, but it is a bunch of other places. So get out there and vote. Let's see who's in the chat here. Got a lot of stuff going on the last 24 hours around here. So let's see here. We got Larry Galt says 64 degrees, 76. Wow. Later than the cool down begins. Good news. Spring is here in Austin, Texas after tomorrow. Okay. We'll send some of that spring weather here. Paul Stewart says, good morning. 46 outside Philadelphia, PA. I guess that's not bad. Troy Pritchard says, good morning, everybody. Thumbs up. Happy Tuesday. Thank you, Troy. Appreciate it. Already got a few thumbs up over there. Always like those. Earl Walker says, morning, everyone. 48 degrees and going up to 51 with rain in Ohio. He says, morning, Paul. Says, thumbs up. Ronald Cool's in the house. How you doing, Ronald? Steve Gronsky's watching this morning. Says, good morning. 46 now, 64 degrees. Has a projected high. Happy Tuesday and thumbs up. Yep, thank you. Mark Lindsay CNC is up early this morning. He says, morning, y'all. 34 degrees. Hoping to get up to 64 degrees. I hope it does. And by the way, Mark, your video quality was excellent. I did end up watching all of it because I watched it probably about half of it. I think you were on about 20 minutes last night. So I watched about half of it live, and then I went back and watched just in case there was anything spectacular that I missed. But yeah, video quality and audio quality was good. So looks like your router swap is working out for you. Dwayne's here this morning. He says, good morning to all. Happy Tuesday. Plus 3 degrees. Going to be 7. Gee whiz. But I think he's Celsius, if I'm not mistaken. So that's still cold no matter what you call it. There's Janet. Good morning, all. Sending prayers for Tennessee. Yeah, that's one of the things I was going to talk about this morning. And it's probably gone up because it's been a few minutes since I watched the news. But I think the latest death toll was 9 people were killed. Tornado looks like it hit right downtown on Music City or Music Row, whatever they call that. And that's a cool little town. I don't know if you've ever been to Nashville, but it's a really fun, cool little town. And I hate that. You know, they've had problems before. They had the time the flood, and it got the Grand Ole Opry building and did some stuff downtown as well then. But they'll bounce back, I'm sure. But man, tough times for those folks right now. So I'll certainly be keeping those people in my thoughts and prayers. Kevin Els is here this morning. Thank you, Kevin. Steve in Toronto. Hitch Hamilton says, good morning, everybody. 73 in Southwest Florida. Ryan Ballard's here from Maryland. How you doing, Ryan? LB Sharp's in the house. How you doing, LB? Rusty Taylor. Really straight to hell as you bumper music. Okay. Not sure I'm getting the connection there, but Mike Sills. Good morning, Mike. How you doing? Klondike says, good morning, all. 38 in Des Moines, Iowa. Mark says, yeah, look good. Look good to me. And your last, well, I guess it was Sunday, your last stream. I tried to watch it and it just kept buffering. I had you on the big screen on the TV, which is how I like to watch live. And that was buffering. So then I turned my phone on and it worked for a while. And then it started buffering. And I'm like, man, what's going on? So I finally had to give up on that. Johnny is in the house this morning. Morning, 46 degrees in Goodyear, Arizona. Good morning to you. Look who snuck in here. Oh, Laney. What's he doing in here? How you doing, Laney? Good to see you, bud. George 8th Rothfuss. Hello, all. Dixon Hoffman's in the house this morning. Oh, yeah, he's talking about Travis Boland. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I hope he's okay. Have you heard from him, Rusty? Or seen him post anything on Facebook yet? Here we go. The virus is starting to spread, and yeah, let's not start that stuff here. It's oh, Rusty said that's the name of the song. Okay. Travis has not checked in yet from Nashville. Okay. Maybe he was out on the road. Any chance of that? You know, he stays busy. I hope maybe he was out on the road and wasn't in Nashville. Bart Bixel's in the house. How you doing? Chuck Hannabarger is watching this morning. How you doing, Chuck? Good to see you on here. Janet Moore says, I think Rocky just gave us a go away people as he woofed and left the room. Are we taking too much of his dad's time? Yeah, Rocky's not a fan of the coffee sessions. I hate to say it, but he's not a fan. He'll come in here and look around. Yeah, Dad's still talking. I'm going to go in here on the sofa. David Jones from Portal Woodworks is here this morning. How you doing? And he says, good, Dave, just getting the day started right. Well, you're getting it started right if you're here, buddy, because this is the place to be. I am telling you. Look at all these great folks here in the chat. This is where it's happening right here. Okay, looks like I'm kind of caught up on the comments right away. Yeah, we've really rough stuff going on in the Nashville area. That's just, I hope Travis is okay. I'll have to be watching the Facebook stuff and see if he posts anything later. Also, if you haven't heard, we've got 2 confirmed cases of the you-know-what here in good old Georgia, Fulton County, which is in Atlanta. But they say the symptoms are not serious. It's just mild symptoms, kind of like a cold. And it's somebody who had just come back from Milan, Italy. And I guess they're not saying whether it's male, female, or who it is, but the other person that lives in the house with them is got it. So they're both under quarantine, at home, and CDC's checking on them and everything. So all is good there. Not a big deal. Rusty said, what are you talking here, buddy? Georgia Fest is on the square. That is awesome. I'm stoked now, buddy. Yeah, on the square. That's where it needs to be. That's where it needs to be for sure. All righty. Yes, Jack is loving his red ball. He might have it. Yeah, it's right over there. Rusty is laying, or Rusty. Rocky is laying behind me. Usually he don't hang around in here. But yeah, we've got the big C here in Georgia now. So we'll see how that works out. I'm not surprised because, Atlanta is the world's busiest airport. And we knew there's going to be people coming through here and they're checking them. So it's only, I'm not at all surprised that, a couple of people come down with it. So just keep them away from me. I don't care if it is just mild symptoms and a cold. I ain't got time for that. I got too much stuff to do. So keep them away from me. On another good note, I'm trying to pick out some good things to talk about here. Well, let's talk about this first. Y'all hear that on the news this morning? Apple, good old Apple, that cult that y'all follow, I guess has been fined or agreed to pay, which is probably the same thing as being fined. Half a billion, 500 million. Yeah, that'd be half a billion, wouldn't it? For purposely slowing down older phones so that you'll want to go buy one of their new ones. And I've been hearing stuff like that for a long time. I don't know if if this is from that same thing and they're just now getting a court ruling on it or what. But yeah, they're going to have to pay up because apparently they'll send an update to your phone and it will purposely slow it down so that you'll go, oh, I need to go get that new one that's, $1,500 or whatever. So I don't know how anybody follows those people. I'm not an Apple fan at all. And some of those people, it's like a cult, I'm telling you. They come out with a new product. You might have just bought one new phone 8 months ago and they come up with something new and people stand in line all the way around a building and stuff and all kinds of weather. I'm like, there's something wrong with that. Anyhow, so there's that. Another thing that may be good news, depending on your point of view, a federal judge has ruled that good old Hillary has to be deposed by, I think, Judicial Watch. And there's a 75-day timeline. So I guess from his ruling, they got 75 days to do this. So that'll be interesting to see if anybody, suddenly decides to commit suicide or something. Better watch out, Judge. That's all I can say. And then, of course, the other bright spot for yesterday, and I don't know how it'll turn out today. I hope it's going to be more of the same. But yesterday, the Dow Jones set a single day record for an increase. Highest single day thing. It went up 1,294 points, or a little over 5%. So now it closed yesterday at 26,703. So that was fantastic news because it had really took a dump last week. I think it rebounded a little bit Friday, but yeah, got a few comments here. Janet says $25 per phone. Rusty said $25 per phone. Yeah. Cult is the perfect word. I think it is. I really do. Larry says Apple is the beta VCR in my opinion. That's kind of a good way of putting it. Kind of. Janet wants to know if that judge has written his suicide note. I don't know. Okay, Wilson said his doctor's appointment yesterday went well, so that's good news. Thank you for checking back with us, letting us know, Wilson. Good to hear that. Bart says, I get a new smartphone every 18 months from work. Last swap, I selected an iPhone 8. I'm going back to Android-based phone later this year. Yeah. Well, I guess it'd be different if your work provides it or something. But I didn't even have mine in here. I've got my same old pokey antique Galaxy S5. I've lost track how long I've had that thing, but it just keeps working. And I don't want to buy a new phone. I just don't. And I really don't use it for a phone. I mean, I have like 2 people that call me every 6 months or something. Well, not counting all the telemarketers and the stuff that I block, but it's really not a phone. It's just a little mini computer, basically. So that's what mine is, and it's it's fast enough for what I do. Lives on the charger these days, though. Depending on how much I'm using it, sometimes I'll charge it 3 or 4 times a day. But I've tried swapping batteries, and it does the same thing with a brand new battery. So it's just, maybe it's one of those apps slowing me down, trying to get me to buy a new one. I don't know. Well, let's see. Michael Murray's in the house. How you doing? Scrolling Mike. What happened to Scrolling Mike? I haven't seen any lives here lately from Mike. I haven't seen any from Charles Deary. Let's see. Jay Fabrication says, was a true Apple fan until the throttled iOS devices with updates. Yeah. Clyde said he's got an S7. Well, you're a little newer than me. It says supposed to be for the user benefit, slowed down so phones would not shut down. They would just run really slow. Yeah. Yep. Mark says, I think I'm one of like 6 people in the U.S. who actually used his cell phone as a phone. Yeah. Mike says, post my number, we'll call you daily. Don't think so. Let's see. I better read this before I click on it, make sure I know what I'm putting up here. Yeah. Bart says, if Hillary was to be our next vice president, she'd only be one suicide away from the presidency. Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny because there for a while they were talking about, all the Democratic candidates, the rumor was going around with Bloomberg. Mini Mike was going to get Hillary as his vice president. And I'm like, man, talk about a death wish. Because that would happen. That would be her, she's like one heartbeat away. Heck yeah, buddy, that would happen for sure. Anyway, Mike says he's busy upgrading the CNC and organizing the shop. All righty. Cool. Ryan Ballard has a real question. Tomato sauce for skunk smell removal. Got to clean a collar. I don't know. Unless you're just really attached to that collar, I would throw it away and buy a new one. If it's got the skunk funk on it, I would not even bother. In fact, I might even think about getting a new dog. I'm not sure. Although I'm kind of attached to my 2, but yeah, that might make me think about it. Janet confirms. And you know what? Janet is one of the smartest people I know. So she says tomato juice works. So there you go, Ryan. You can take it to the bank if Janet says so. Um, oh, okay. It's one of those invisible fence collars. Yeah, I would still throw it away if it was me. Uh, I don't know. But try the tomato juice. If it doesn't work, then throw it away and get you. Or if it doesn't, do it completely. Troy says, I was always told tomato juice, but like Dave says, cheaper to buy a new collar. I guess, I don't know what you pay for those wireless, or what do you call it? The invisible fence things. I never had one of those. I always had, and I still have one. I haven't used it in a long time, but it's got the remote, and you can put it on them. It's got the two little prongs that when you put the collar on them, it goes right there, and that you can either make it play a sound, a little beep, which always used to freak Jack out, or you can do a little vibration thing, or you could put a little juice on it. And I never even had to use the vibration thing, because Jack would just get freaked out just when I hit the beep thing. If he started, and I only used it a little while. He doesn't go anywhere now, because, why would they leave? They're so spoiled. I couldn't run them off now, probably. But Bill Hoffman's in the house. He says, good morning, everyone. Clear, sunny, and 45 here in Terre Haute. Good morning to you, Bill. Hope you're doing well this morning. See, I think Indiana's in. Aren't you all part of that Super Tuesday thing? No, you're not. I'm sorry. I'm thinking you were. I can't remember. Let me look and see who's in the Super Tuesday thing. And you do Google. You never have to type more than like 3 letters, and it's like it knows what you're thinking. All right, let's see. Super Tuesday. Where's the states? 14 states. All right, come on, you gonna tell me who they are? Maybe that isn't a good one. That was Wikipedia. Let's see. What is Super Tuesday and why is it important? I don't know. I'm a handy guy on a quest to build a CNC. Let's see what this says. So I'm a handy guy on a quest to build a CNC for sign making, probably like 20 by 20 or so, but don't want to break the bank. It's just as a hobby. Any ballpark pricing, so I know how much mad money to hide from the wife to make it happen. Doesn't take much. And the best thing about a Gatton CNC is that you don't have to spend it all at once. You buy it and do it as you go. It's not a kit where you pay for everything up front. You buy the stuff as you go along, so you wouldn't have to hide much from your wife. And you shouldn't do that anyway, because they'll find out. Let's see. Ryan says he cleaned the dog several times. I just smelled the collar and about fell over. Oh my gosh. Got some skunk smell removal shampoo from the store. What's the ingredients? Probably tomato juice. And then they charge you 3 times as much just because they call it skunk smell removal. That'd be my guess. Yeah, if you're one of the, I never did find out who the states are, but if you're one of the, oh, here they are. Here it is. I didn't scroll far enough. Okay, looks like Alabama, Tennessee, and I'm having to use my geography skills here because they're not labeled. I'm just going by this shape. Minnesota, Maine. Let's see. Well, that must be Vermont, maybe, because New Hampshire already had there, so it must be Vermont. I know those two are side by side, I think. Massachusetts, California, Colorado, Utah, Texas, Oklahoma. Let's see, that's Arkansas, I think, right there. North Carolina and Virginia. I think I named them all. So yeah, get out and vote if your day's today, Super Tuesday. Georgia used to be in a Super Tuesday, but they changed it. We're voting in about 3 weeks now on the 24th. So looking forward to that. But, I was thinking about something the other day. Yeah, good old Mr. Leedy would have made him proud, huh? I was thinking about something the other day. We just had Amy Klobuchar and Mayor Pete. They bailed out. Well, they suspended their campaigns. They never just say they're quitting. They just suspend them. I think that way they get to keep campaign money or something. But anyway, now they're all getting behind Sleepy Joe. And they were out there. He was doing a rally or something somewhere in Texas, Dallas area, I think. And then he even had Robert Francis out there. Yeah, Tom Steyer did too. Thanks, Mark. I forgot about him. But I don't know. I don't think Tom Steyer has pledged support for anybody, has he? I don't think so. Or if he has, I haven't heard. But anyway, you get thinking about something. Think about all these people that vote today on Super Tuesday and the ones that went out and voted early, a week or so ago. And maybe they voted for Mayor Pete or Amy Klobuchar or Tom Steyer. And then they find out, they're not even going to hang around for the Super Tuesday thing. So, yeah, that would kind of make me mad. That's why I only go, if I voted early before, but it's only because I knew they were still going to be around. But when they're still fighting over who's going to be the person, there's no way I would vote early. So Dave Mack says he's back and there was no virus on his cruise ship. Then that was a good cruise, wasn't it? George Rothfuss is confirming the skunk stink tomato juice theory. Let's see. JJ's in the house this morning. How you doing, Jesse? Bart says never, ever vote early. Unless you're in Chicago, then you vote early and often, That's the way they do it up there. Mark says, oh, well, that's kind of what they get for voting on someone who had no chance of winning. Yeah. And I like those people that when you interview them, they'll go, well, I know they didn't have a chance, but I'm trying to make a statement. Nobody cares about your statement. Nobody cares. So who gets those votes then when they drop out? I'm not sure how that works. I heard somebody talking about that we'll just use Mayor Pete for example. I'm talking about the other day, and I haven't confirmed this, so don't quote me on it. But I heard somebody say that when he leaves, if he's got any delegates, and I guess he does because he I guess they considered him the winner in the Iowa caucus, that he gets to decide who gets those. And so, what if you were, like I said, what if you were a Mayor Pete fan and you voted early, but you hate Biden? Well, see, now Mayor Pete's dropped out and he's saying, I'm going to throw my support to Joe Biden. So now you basically just voted for somebody you hate. So, yeah. Politics is fun, isn't it? Mark says, no, Troy, they go to the person who withdrew. Yeah, but I think they get to decide where they go after that. I think. Let's see. Well, I heard my little timer go off. So I guess it's time for me to get to work. Oh, and by the way, in case you're wondering, yep, it's still raining here in Georgia. It is still raining. And what's even more fun, this afternoon, we're going to have a chance of high winds and tornadoes. Going to be fun. Going to be fun. Not for the whole area, just for people south of I-20, which guess where I live, south of I-20. All right, well, my dogs are just laying around doing nothing, so I guess I'm going to have to get up and do something. Try to be productive. So I appreciate y'all hanging around today. We've had a good little crowd over here, and I'm going to bug out. Everybody have a happy Super Tuesday. If you're in, like I said, if you're in one of those states and haven't voted yet, get off your butt and go vote. Otherwise, don't complain later. That's all I can say. All right, everybody have a good one. We'll see y'all.